Let me show you a very simple employee onboarding system that you can use for your business. So every time you hire someone, they can just go through this route to be onboarded into the business or into the company. So let's just go right in. The tool that we're going to use to set this up is Zapier. So you can just sign up on Zapier to follow along. So once you sign up, this is the dashboard that you will see. You can either click on Zap here to create a new Zap, or you come here to create, and then you're going to see the same things here. So since we are here, let's just click on this. So our trigger is going to be when a new employee is added to the employee database. So you have hired a new person, you now add the person to the database. That is when this is going to start running. So we are going to do a trigger here. The employee database that I want to use is Airtable. You can use Google Sheets or whatever database that you use in your company. So our event here is going to be a new record. Like I said, once you have employed someone new and you add them to your database. So we are going to do a new record here, and I'm going to select my account. If you have not signed in, you're going to see a sign in instead here. So you just sign in to redirect you to your Airtable. So you just sign in and connect to the right database. So I'm just going to pick these. So I'll click continue here. I'm going to choose my base. My base is going to be this one here. And my table is going to be employees here. And the list view, you can leave it as it is. It doesn't really affect anything. It's not necessary. So you can decide to include attachment content or not. I don't think I have attachment content in my own employee database, so it really does not matter. So you can click continue. But if you do, you might want to turn that on. You might want to do yes for the attachment, field. So we test our trigger here, and it has pulled up data for us here. Okay, this is fair. So we continue with this record. So our second step is going to be the step where we draft an email to send to them. Oh, congratulations on joining the team. We are glad to have you, and further steps that they will need. So it might also be important here if you have if you have like a channel, maybe say a Slack channel, you might also include in the email that they should sign up on Slack so that they can receive the Slack invitation and other things that you might just need them to do so that the onboarding process might go smoothly. You might want to add it in this email that you're sending to them. So we are going to use AI by Zapier to draft that email. So our input field is going to be the employee name, and then the value here can come from this. We will also do what's the next thing we have here? We also do role, employee role. We say what's the next thing that is necessary here? Let me see. Nothing else is really necessary here. If you look at it, status full time. Does it really need status? Let's just add it, but all those things are not really necessary. You can add you can also add your employment date so that would be their start date, and then you save this. Right, so you can add, I think that, okay, let me add the what's it called, the outro for our email. So I'm going to add the sender name here to be whoever is sending the message, whoever handles employment. Maybe it could be the HR, it could be whatever. So the field here is going to be sender position. So whoever handles employment in this case, so it can be HR. So you save this, and then the company name can be, I'm just going to get something out of my head, Hold Up International. I don't even think that makes sense, but you get the drift, right? So right here, you can decide to add your knowledge base, or you can just leave it as it is, and then you go ahead and you add your prompt. So in this case, I'm going to say, write an employment letter for my new employee. Congratulate them, right? Is that how it is spelled? Congratulate them. Yeah, I knew that was wrong. Congratulate them on their new position. Also tell them to sign up on Slack with the work email, with their work email, so that they can receive the invitation to the company channels. to the company channels. Mm. Yeah, so I think that's the most important thing in this particular setup. Every other thing aligns after that. So you can improve this here. And yeah, okay, so this works for us. So this looks good. So we add the field here for our output fields. What we need is just the email subject. So we do this is the subject, right? Yeah, of the email. And then we set this. We will add the next field, which is going to be the email body. So we do email body, and we do this. The description here is this is the body of the email. And yeah, you mark it as required, and then we save. Yes, so now that we have this, the next thing we can do is to test the step to see what we get here. Yeah, so this is what we have. Congratulations on your new position. I am delighted to extend my warmest congratulations to you on your new position. As by this start, as part of your onboarding process, please make sure to sign up for our Slack workspace using your work email. This will allow you to receive invitations to the relevant company channels. Yeah, I feel like this is good enough. HR, yeah, this is good enough, so we can finish it. So the next step is going to be the step that actually goes ahead to send this email to the employee. So the event here is going to be send an email. And my account is already connected here. That's why I have this here. But if yours is not connected, you're going to see the sign in button instead. So just click on continue here. And then 2 is going to come from our database. So we come here and then here, this is the email. We don't want to copy anybody. We don't want to blind copy. But if in your company, you would always want to copy the founder or copy any other team member that also has to know about, that also has to be in the know about this new employee, you can add them here. Either you copy them or this other space is for blind copy. So whatever works. Right. So from here is going to be the email address that the email is going to be from. And then the name here, I think I'm just going to use my name. Is it a reply to? Of course not. So the subject here is going to be, pick the wrong. It's going to come from our second route, which is this. No, sorry, this one. This is the email subject, so congratulations. And then we're going to leave the body type as plain, and then we do the email body here. And then we leave everything as it is. We don't want to add an attachment, but even your company, you usually have an attachment that you want to send to the employee to sign and fax back, right? That's what it's called, fax back to the company. You might want to add that here as an attachment as well, and then you can continue. So we're going to test the step and see what you get. Let's maximize this so that you see what we get. Yeah, so the email was sent. So we are going to go to the next step, which is going to be to delay, because we are told the person to sign up on Slack, and of course they're not going to do it immediately, so it has to delay. So we want to delay this for at least 24 hours before we run it again. So we click on add step here, and then we do delay. And then the event here is going to be delay for, and we continue, and set to let's do 24. We want it to wait for 24. So we do hours here, so that's going to be 24 hours, and then we continue, and then we test the step. So yeah, so that is working. So the next thing that we want to do is find them on Slack. So we are thinking 24 hours later, they've probably signed up on Slack. So let us find their username on Slack or their email on Slack so that we can invite them to the company channels. So what we do is add step here, and we look for, where's my Slack though? Yeah, we look for Slack, and then the event here is going to be to find a user. That's what we want to do. Where is it? Yeah, we find a user by email. So we continue this, and then we are going to find the person's email in the database here that we have. So we leave everything as it is, and yeah, and we continue this, and let's test this step and see what we get. A user was sent to Slack about a second ago, so that works. So the next thing that we want to do now is put a route, have a path, because ideally you might think that in 24 hours you should have signed up, but that's still very, what's the word, stubborn customers. Sorry, why do I keep saying customers? some stubborn employees that might not have probably checked their email in 24 hours, which I don't know why, and they probably did not sign up on Slack. So if we try to find them on Slack when they didn't sign up with that email, it's going to return an error. So we want to make accommodation for such errors if it ever happens, because most of the time it usually does happen. So that's why we need the path. So the path is going to be one, if it returns a false, that means if we were not able to find their email on we're not able to find their email on Slack, it's going to remind them. And on the other way around, if we were able to find their email on Slack, we're going to invite them to the channel. So that's why we need the path. I decided to go and put something else. So I come back here and I do path here. Yes, so path A is going to be if it returns true. So we say if this right, if this particular step right is true, contains, and we do true here, that's the search was found, and then we continue. Until we continue to the next step, which is going to be if it was found, let us invite them to the Slack channel. So we pick Slack here, and we want to invite them to a channel. So we come down here. Where is it? Yeah, we invite user to a channel. So my own channel, my own connection already exists. If yours doesn't, just sign in. It will redirect you to Slack. You sign in. So you click continue here. And the channel here, you're going to pick the channel that you probably need them to join, say your general channel, whatever channel you need the person to join. So this is the channel I want the person to join, and the user is going to be not this. The users I want to invite is going to be, come to this dodge and then change this to custom. So custom allows you to directly map to a field that will be changing as it runs. So this user here, we want to tag to the ID here because inviting a user, you need the user ID. So that's what we're going to pull here. So now that we have that, we can just click on continue. And then we go ahead and test this step to see if we get that. Yeah, so yeah, that person was invited to our channel. So the next thing we want to do is probably create a folder. If in your team you expect them to send you some documents, say their certificates or any documentation that they have to make. So in that means that you're going to create a folder for them in the, say, the company's drive. So we can go ahead and do that as well. After inviting them to the Slack channel, I want to create a folder and then send them with the link, send them the link of the folder so that they can upload their documents and also tell us probably on Slack that, oh, I'm done updating my documents, and that will be the end of their onboarding. And probably then the next thing will be like schedule a meeting and then get them on board, and that's it, right? So the next thing I want to do here is do a Google Drive. So what we want to do is create a folder. So we continue, and then the drive here is of course going to be my own drive, and then the parent folder is going to be, let's say, yeah, I call it employee docs, and then the folder name is going to be docs of, then you can add the employee name here. Yeah, so you can continue, and then we can test this step here. Yeah, so that has been created. So we come here and we add the next step, which is going to be the step where we send them an email telling them that, oh, asking them if they received the invitation to join the Slack, and also that we have created a folder for them to upload their documents. And then maybe you can go ahead and list the documents that you need them to upload in the folder and all those kind of things. So we're going to add our next step, which is going to be the AI by Zapier. So what we want to do here is have our input field. So I think I'm going to do the name. So the name is here. So the name is from here. We add another field, which is going to be the folder link. We can do folder link here as well. So we come from here and we pick the link from here. We say, and then the next thing that we want to add is going to be, I think that's pretty much everything that we need to add here, because the first email has already been sent with most of these details. So there is really nothing else that we need to add again. Okay, apart from the sender details. So yeah, let me add the sender details. So the sender position. So we do sender position is HR, even though that doesn't make sense, but we get the drift. So the sender company, we said hold up. And then so we add another field and we're going to call this sender company. So we had said that the sender company is, what's it called again? Why do I keep typing nonsense? We said the sender company is hold up INC. And we save this. So that's all of the input fields that we need. I don't think we need a knowledge base, but if you have, you can also add it here. So what you want to do is send an email, draft an email to send to my new employee, asking them if they received an invitation to the Slack channel, if they receive the information, if they receive the invitation to the Slack channel, and also inform them to upload their certificate to the company drive in the link provided in the folder link provided in the email. Okay, spelled that wrong. I can come here and improve this so it will be better. To many employees, inquire whether they have received the document. Additionally, kindly remind them to upload their certificate to the company drive using the provided folder link. And so, okay, that's fair enough. So our output field here is going to be the email subject. So you said this is the subject of the email, and we make this required, so we save this. And the next thing that we want is email body. So we do, this is the body of the email, and then we mark this, and then we save. So we go ahead and generate a preview here so we can see what it looks like, what it would look like. So we said, yeah, I hope this message finds you well. I want to take a moment to officially welcome you to a team here at Hold Up. We're excited to have you on board. Additionally, when you get the chance, please remember to upload your certificates to the company. You can use the following link to access the designated field folder. So this it has picked from this folder link. If you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to reach out. Best reward. Okay, yeah, this was what I was looking for. I wanted to check to see if we received the invitation to the Slack channel. Okay, so we like that, so we finish this. So we go to the next. So the next step here is going to be our Gmail module where we actually send the email to the employee. So we click event here, is going to be send an email. My account is already connected here, but if yours is not, just sign in here. So click continue. And the tool here is going to be the email from our first step, which was the step that pulls the new record for us. You can blind copy the founder or the CEO or whoever has to be blind copied or copied in this kind of emails. You can add their email here as copy or as CC or as BCC, whichever one your company prefers. So the from here will come from your own connected email. And then the from name is going to be, let's say my name, but of course it will be your name. And the subject here is going to come from the last step, which is this one. And then the body here is going to come from that same step as well. I don't have a signature and I don't have a map. If you have attachments, you can add, but we don't have attachments in here. So we'll just click continue here and we test this step. So a message was sent to Gmail. So that one has gone through. So that means that this person has successfully been onboarded. We have created a folder for the person to upload their certificates and their documents. We've also invited them to our Slack channel. So that is basic and the easiest way to onboard staff. But let's go to the other side. If we try to find their email on Slack and we don't see it, what are we going to do? So that's the part B. So what we want to do here is come here from this find email. If the status here, Zapier status was found, if the status here contains and we do false, what you want to do is continue here to the next step. And we're going to click continue. So what we want to do is draft an email to tell them that, oh, you have still not signed up on Slack and we are not able to find your email, and that will be a problem for us because we will not be able to proceed with properly onboarding you into the team. So the input fields here is going to be the employee name. So we do this. Pick the wrong thing. So this, and we save. So the next thing that we want is, I think that is only the name that we want. There is nothing else that is very important here. So what we want to do is draft. We'll come to the prompt to put our prompt. So this will be draft an email to send to a new employee, telling them that their work email was not found on Slack, meaning they haven't signed up on Slack yet, meaning they have not signed up on Slack yet, as per the last email. As per the last email. I don't know if that makes sense, but let's run with it. As per the last email, and also let them know that this will halt their onboarding process and might later cause a revoke of the employment. I think that makes sense. What did I spell again? Yeah. So we can come here and we can prove this. Draft a professional email to a new, informing them that their email was not located on Slack, indicating that they have not signed up on Slack yet, as mentioned in the previous email. Clearly explain that if they will impair their onboarding process and may lead to potential revocation of their employment if not resolved promptly. I feel like I like that. So the fields for the output here, I just want the email body, the email subject first. Let's start with that. And then this is the subject of the email. Mark this as required and I save. So I'm going to add the next step, which is going to be email name, and which is this is the not name, email body. This is the body of the email. So I'm going to go back here and change this to email body. So I'm going to mark this field as required and I will save this. So let me go ahead and generate this so that we can see what the preview will look like. So I want to reach out regarding your account setup. Okay, as previously mentioned, you prompt the prompt. Okay, I think I added. Oh yeah, so I didn't add the ending fields here. So let me come back here and add sender name. Which is called, and we say, and then I want to add the sender position. I want to add this to be HR and I save. I want to add the sender company as well. Company, and then I'm going to add hold up. And then I save this. So I can generate the preview again to see if it picks up that update for me. Yeah, so it has picked that up for me. So I can finish this. So it takes me to the next step, and this next step is going to be the step where I actually send out the email to the employee, and I want to send an email. My account is connected, so I'll just click continue. So the tool here is going to be the email here. always blind copy or copy whoever needs to be copied. So the from here is going to be my own connected Gmail, and then the name here is going to be my name. And is it a reply to? No, it's not. So the subject here, we can always add a reply to, then you add the email from here. So you add the, where is it? Yeah, the email from here. You can always add the email from here. Is it a reply to? No, it's not. So the subject here is, or you can make it a reply to your previous email, or you can just leave it blank. So the subject is going to come from our last step, which is going to be this. I picked the wrong thing, which is this. And then the body type is plain. So the body here is going to come from the last one, which is here. Then if you want to have any attachment or signature or whatever, you can just put them here. But I don't have any of that. I will just click continue. So I can go ahead and test my step here. Yeah, so that has been sent out very well. So now that email has been sent out. So the next thing that we want to do now is publish this app. And there you have it, your client. And there you have it. Every time your employee comes in, we are going to draft and send them their welcome email, delay for 24 hours so that they can sign up on Slack, and then we can find them on Slack. And then if they are found on Slack, we can invite them to the Slack channel, create a folder for them, and send them an email with the folder link so that they can upload all of their certificates and all the necessary, documents that you have communicated to them. But on the other hand, if we find the email on Slack and the email is not found, we draft another email and we send to them telling them that we couldn't find their email to invite them to the Slack channel. So that is holding their onboarding process and all of that. So now the onboarding that will usually take you like 1 hour to 2 hours for paid employee can now take you at least 10 to 15 minutes for every employee. I really hope you found this useful. I really hope you could set this up for your business today. And I'm going to see you in my next one. But if you do have any questions, make sure you leave it in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe though.